or both of these teams have got to be thinking of this series as an elimination game. It might not necessarily be that right now, but if they can if they go 0-2 in the day, it's going to be tough for them to come back and get one of those top 2 spots.
Yeah, I mean, if my math checks out, there is a scenario that Stacks was talking about. If South Africa lose this game, there's a whole 1-2 3-way tie that they can get, but it requires, you know, nearly miracles. Whereas I don't know if the Czech Republic can get out the group if they lose this game, but thankfully for their sake, they're already winning. It took 19 seconds, and Naumann opens up the scoring.
Yeah, quick goals from Germany in the last series, and quick goals here from Czech Republic as well. And they were scoring quite quickly in their opener against Norway as well. Remember a couple of early goals from them, but Norway was doing the same to them. As for South Africa, I think they just need to get a little bit of confidence behind them. If they can get one goal here and maybe stave off that from Lottie, that's not going to do wonders for the confidence right there. But for South Africa, they just need to really just get a couple of goals under their belts and they should be okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be okay, though. This is the sort of start that Czech Republic would have been dreaming of, and yet South Africa will have been having nightmares of. Maybe they performed very well against Great Britain because they really weren't sort of expecting to win that matchup. They were using it a bit as a warm-up, but knowing that this is effectively do or die for them, and the pressure is on. Of course, they're representing an entire continent. To open up and be down 2-0 so quick against the Czech Republic, it's not going to be good for their confidence.
Yeah, certainly 2-0 is not the start South Africa wanted. It's certainly the start the Czech Republic would have wanted, and maybe 3-0 is if Lottie could have kept that one down. As everyone misses on the defense, Cyrax says, thank you very much.
Cyrax certainly does. It's probably the easiest goal he's going to score all tournament long there. I mean, Zebra's just jumped a little bit too early, misread it, unfortunately, and the net is going to be open. It's 3 inside 1 minute. We saw this similarly against Great Britain earlier in our second series of the day, Craftman, but it usually took 2 minutes or so for South Africa to actually concede. They did a great job of really staying on top of things early on until the floodgates opened, but they seem to have walked into this one with them already open. They're just wide open, just asking, yep, 3-0 up inside a minute, no problem. And yes, it's the first game of the series, and they've still got tons of time left in this game, but I hope it's not the sort of omen to represent the rest of the series.
Certainly hope so. Want this to be as competitive as possible, because I remember back in the close qualifiers we had South Africa, or well, the African close qualifiers, our very first close qualifier together, and you were hyping up South Africa, and especially hyping up Snowy, because he has been the standout player in this region as a whole, and to show his worth on the top stage, it's going to be a big platform for him.
Yeah, it really is. He's played in Europe before, got very, very high on 1v1 before as well. The ability is there, but the practice at this pace of a game in a 3v3 setting against competition of this caliber just isn't there. It doesn't exist in the African regions. They're going to get so close, but the bicycle hit from Lauti, he's done a fantastic job there to fish that one out the net.
It certainly has, and still looking for their opener. Only one goal. Did they only score 1 goal earlier, or was it 2?
They got 2 against Great Britain.
They scored 2 against the GB side. They need to score 3 against the Czech Republic here if they want to get to overtime, but
in one game.
in one game as well, never mind in the 3 that they had earlier. The Czech Republic looking a little bit more together. That's a lovely touchdown by Lauti, and Naumann takes it.
Just look it up in the textbook. Lovely drop-down passing play with a few spectators. That is exactly what you'll see. Unfortunately, the spectators were the South African defense. They nearly got the block there, you see, come in last second, but just making it look easy. The Czech Republic getting exactly what they needed. 4-0 inside the first half of the game. Effectively, they were second best against Norway. They cannot afford to lose this series, and they're really starting out with purpose here in this one.
I did say on the desk earlier that Czech Republic-Norway game could have gone either way. It was 3-1 in the end to Norway, but Czech Republic any other day really could have beat them. As Cyrax assists Lauti in this one, 5-0. And we're just over halfway done in game 1.
I think that's the third infield passing play that's completely unanswered. They're not used to having to defend against it. You see Snowy and CP Zebra there, immediately back to net. Snowy up the front post, just leaves a gaping midfield. And Czech Republic, they've seen it before, they've done it before. And again, I keep saying it, they are making it look easy, but credit to them for playing so well that they're doing just that. Lauti's shot there was top corner and top notch. It was fantastic. And if it keeps up, then you really do worry for the Africans.
Yeah, this is the Czech Republic that we saw in the close qualifier. Just absolutely outpacing everyone, and Cyrax doesn't need the pace there. He just fakes him out and gets a 6th.
That is filthy. I mean, put yourself in Cyrax's shoes there. He's like, you know, let me take the shot. Snow, he's like, I gotta block this shot. Oh dear.
Just outdoing the flop in the air there with Snowy. And Cyrax had him in the palm of his hand. He could have put that anywhere, but decides to flip out of it, fake it, knows he can't make the touch on defense. And it's an easy 6. What do you reckon here? Do you think 4 more for Czech Republic? Do you think 10 now?
Double digits? I mean, I'm hoping for the Brazil, personally. I think a Brazil is maybe on the cards here.
Certainly could be. Well, that also involves South Africa actually scoring. So
yeah, they've done it. They did it in the majority of games against Team GB, so
there
I believe they can.
There you go. They scored 1 in game 1 and 1 in game 3.
They scored 1 in game 2 and 3.
Sorry, 2 and 3.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Well, they have not scored 2 in 1 game, so we don't have to worry about it being broken in the 7-2 sense, as it seems. They are struggling to get out their half. They're doing a decent job of defending the past minute or so. They've kept the clean sheet, but whether that's Czech Republic letting off the sort of gas, who knows? Maybe, though. They're just sort of fishing and waiting for a mistake. The bump comes through. I don't know how loud he's not been demoed there. Again, it's a pass across, but this time Snowy, he's caught onto it. He's governing that midfield, but unfortunately his touch just goes straight to Cyrax, who's there with the patience and a lovely flip reset pass. But again, standing back and waiting with Czech Republic, they've got tired of getting too aggressive, and I would say they, with my expert analysis here, Craftman, I don't think they probably need any more goals, but there it is.
Oh, there you go.
With that immediate break, it might be their first shot of the game, but what a shot it was, and it is opening up that potential, isn't it?
You're about to do a Craftman there, Tyler, so calling a game far, far too early. You know, 38 seconds, still a possibility. They could score 5. It's possible.
I'm gonna hedge my bets and say most of the time I think Czech Republic are going to be able to see this one out, but will they be able to get the Brazil is the question here. I'm excited to see one in the regional finals. They're running it around, but you damn right South Africa will not want to be the victims of it. They're trying. They need to meet it sooner, and Darth does a good job in the corner here. He's going to try and fish it down off the wall, but he gets a little bit blocked out. He has retained the possession, and with the help of Zebra just bumping out Cyrax, they've kept it okay for now. Time continuing to tick down as Nauman scoops it past another. He will get the back boost, but he won't be able to keep the ball. Cyrax, his shot goes wide. Snowy leaping across is going to be able to collect it here. Takes it slow, stays behind the ball, and without any boost here, he's going to get himself the mid boost and get it past 2 players. South Africa are looking like they won't get Braziled here in game 1. Not that that should be something to be too proud of, but it is all we can. It's down. It's down. 6-1 will be the scoreline, and you have to think game 2 is almost certainly going to start better, because probably it would do quite impressive to start worse than the game 1 did.
Yeah, you can't really get worse than conceding. What was it, 5 seconds, 3 seconds, whatever it was?
Yeah, it was 4 seconds, and they were down 3 inside the first minute.
Yeah, not great for South Africa.
I believe, honestly, if they can knock the confidence out of this Czech Republic side, we saw some really good play from them against Team GB. It's just so tough, obviously, on higher ping to be reactive and play the defense. We see their defense has been conceding. You know, I don't want to know how many goals they've averaged today in terms of conceding, but the offense when they get there has been there, and if they can actually open up in the front foot and surprise Czech Republic, this series could look very different to just this game 1.
Like you say, it's all about consistency, and if South Africa can consistently put pressure on the Czech Republic, they might have a shot here. But the thing is, Czech Republic are being so much more consistent. They're being on the ball almost 100% of the time, and just not giving South Africa the touches that they need to create those opportunities.
I mean, because of that and the amount of boost that they're getting, you look at any of the players' perspectives on Czech Republic that whole game, how comfortable did they look at all times?
So comfortable. Like laying up in a comfy mattress and nodding off to sleep.
They were probably going to, intel.gg/win500.
Probably, yeah.
With their other hand to claim, of course, potential $500 from Visa. I mean, that'd be fantastic, really. Just having a great time. Oh, the Czech Republic, they're just playing, they're controlling their car with the other hand. They're one-handed. They're making it that easy. I don't think they'll be able to pull that off. Honestly, that is too difficult.
That is very difficult. But if anyone's going to be comfortable here, it is the Czech Republic, and maybe they might start having a little bit of fun with them here in this second game. And this is good for South Africa. They've not conceded in the first 40 seconds.
Told you it'd be better.
It's so much better. And here comes Snowy looking actually to get a goal for himself, but Nauman able to squeeze that one out. Here comes a shot by Darth and dunks it in for the lead.
And that is their first lead of the tournament here in the regional finals. Great shot. Nauman really struggling to get that save off the post. And what a shot from Darth. Dropped it down. And I told you, they need to knock the stuffing out of this Czech Republic side. And taking the lead here early on, we got a goal, and again, game on our hands here. It's exactly what South Africa needed.
Game on for South Africa. Question is, how much can they hold on to it? Well, we like Indonesia yesterday, the last couple of days where they got the goal and then gave up the lead quite handily, quite quickly after the kickoff. But they have held their own here after the ensuing kickoff. But now it is Czech Republic with the possession. Lauti just hands it off to Darth though, and CP Zebra, the 30-year-old, turning 31.
Yep.
Tomorrow, I believe, or in a couple of days.
Tomorrow. It's soon.
It's very soon. Happy birthday when it does come, CP Zebra. Had a couple of birthday boys recently. Devo turned however old he is. I don't know what his birthday.
Hang on.
How old he is. But regardless, South Africa, they're having a party of their own. Maybe 2-0 as Nauman actually gets it. Here comes Darth off the crossbar. CP Zebra can't follow up. Lauti gets the block.
They're peppering that crossbar, but
pass.
How long Zebra's shot, not the connection he was looking for here. In the Czech Republic, uncharacteristically, are finding themselves really pinned in on defense the past minute or so. Zebra, he won't find the angle on that hit either in the Czech Republic. They will break out. They will have a demo. The counter is here. Nauman with time. The ball, the flick. Oh, top corner. He was never looking like missing.
Slots it in, perfect as you like. Demo on the way through as well. And South Africa, not much they could have done about that play. That's just epic play there from Nauman. And now Czech Republic tie it back up. And do you think Czech Republic, now that they've got that one on the board, do you think it's just going to keep rolling, or to South Africa? I mean, they certainly are playing better here in game 2 than they were in the first game. But do you think the ball's going to start rolling for Czech Republic now?
It's tough. It feels so bad though. You know South Africa, they know they should have been 2-0 up. They had 2 great chances, both coming down off the crossbar. And at this level, you can't afford that, to give up the counter-attack and that chance. Will the Czech Republic be more comfortable and get more? Honestly, the trend that I've seen so far, probably yes. Against Great Britain, every time South Africa conceded, even though it took some time, immediately it was followed by a flurry of goals, and they have to hold that back line if things are going to be different here.
Certainly do. Let's see what they can come up with as we're past half-time. Still tied at 1, and now Snow able to intercept that ball from Nauman, but Lauti able to get it right back. CP Zebra off the backboard, and it's just all things slowing down right now. Though Cyrax, dangerous ball in. Snowy does get the same. Lauti can't follow up, is right off the post. That should have been 2-1 for the Czech Republic, but South Africa on the counter. It's dampened a little bit as Czech Republic were so good at rotating back there.
Yeah, Cyrax was back, and Snowy tried to bait him in and then take the direct ground shot. It was a great idea, but Cyrax, he made the correct call and held his ground patiently. Means no quick counter-attack after that bizarre scene in front of the South African net here, and they're gonna get it away from it for now, but the read will not be made by Snowy here. They need to be conservative of their boost. Darth, he can't make the challenge.
Oh, what a touch!
He barely makes the touch, and unfortunately, even though he got to it, Cyrax, he just dunked it on home.
Oh, there is absolutely nothing you can do if you're Snowy here. You've made the right jump to the right ball at the right time, but Cyrax just has the better pinch off of you and straight into the top right corner. It's heartbreaking there for the South African defenses. They have had a couple of good defensive plays so far in this second game. They are still only a goal down. It's going to be difficult to come back against this Czech Republic side. After that early barrage of shots from South Africa, it has quelled somewhat. And Czech Republic back into their shooting and scoring form as another whiff on the defense by CP Zebra. Doesn't open the door this time though. Oh, is this going in? Darth? Oh, just saved.
It was a big save. It was from Lauti there. He was under pressure. Player literally breathing down his shoulders, and he had to make the touch, but that he did. And it's just painful to watch that second goal go in for the Czech Republic if you're a South African fan. Felt like small dominoes just falling over into each other in terms of the small mistakes. He got the double commit, but neither player making contact. Czech Republic winning the race to the ball. Then Darth not getting the touch as it came over the post. Feels like watching a slow motion car crash sometimes, and they really need to make sure they're packing airbags right here, and they're going to brace their fall and try and get an equalizer here in this second game. But the time, it's looking pretty scary, but they have been threatening on the counter-attack.
Very threatening, and Czech Republic's defense has been a little bit sloppy in places for the last minute or so, although we do have the ball in their possession. 15 seconds, could be getting a third to send this game their way, and Lauti flipping all over the place. Cyrax can't follow up, however. It gives South Africa a chance for one final counter-attack. But Cyrax able to keep this deep in blue territory. Louty fires, and it'll go in off the car of Cyrax.
What is this shot? I mean, it won't matter in the larger picture, given the fact it was a 0-second goal to go 2-0 up, but the angle he gets on this to just tease it around Zebra and get it inside the post, that really is a signature on game 2 for the Czech Republic, as South Africa will have to think of what could have been. They were 1 up. They probably should have been 2 up, but unfortunately, they're 2 down in the series.
Look at that, 8 shots from Louty as well, 4 from Snowy, and you did feel that South Africa had plenty more chances in that one. They were going toe-to-toe with the Czech Republic every now and again. You see that shot from Darth there. That was lovely, slotting it in through the top. But in the end, the pressure from the Czech Republic just ended up crumbling. That one from Nalman was just perfection.
It was. It really was. That is 9 shots, like you say, from South Africa in that second game. The best I believe they managed against Great Britain was 2. I know they got 2 in 2 different games, and that is tough. Going into game 3 in a have-to-reverse sweep situation, when it's going to mean that even when you win, your game difference isn't that strong either. It's do or die for South Africa right now, and unfortunately, even when they've had the lead, it hasn't been secure. It doesn't bode well for the rest of the series, but I am hoping they can pull it off here.
And of course, they've got their series against Norway still to come. I believe that's going to play tomorrow, in fact, if I'm not mistaken. No, I am mistaken, because it's Great Britain.
Be later.
No, yeah, so we are playing that South Africa and Norway game later on today, so stay tuned for that. But here against Czech Republic, they need the reverse sweep if they want to have their chances of getting through to tomorrow still intact. Go 0-2 in the day, it might just be the end of your Intel World Open run. It's been a good run for South Africa, good to represent an underrepresented nation here on the world stage.
I mean, no one can really criticize the conditions. I mean, the fact that they've had to get used to playing on the likes of 190 ping is, you can only really sympathize with them. The fact that these games are still very much competitive, I mean, certainly game 2 at least, is massive props to them. And we can hope that we can get something similar here in game 3, as CP Zebra will get the breakout clear, but well controlled by the Czech Republic, and it's patient from Louty there. You see the way he just teases and goes underneath the defender here. Cyrax, he's able to follow it up and send it high towards the backboard, but the clearance does come through, albeit with another double commit.
Too many double commits on the side of South Africa, but the shooting percentage is starting to trickle down on the side of the Czech Republic. They had 6 goals in that opening game, only 3. Well, only 2 throughout the entirety, and then that third goes in at 0 seconds. They were down for most of game number 2. Here comes Cyrax, maybe to put them in front. The defender stays still, and Czech Republic out in front.
And he stays still because he had no choice but to watch that go in. He was parked facing out, was Darth in the middle of the net, and that's the one place. So well
the hesitation
from Cyrax. He's been in form during the qualifiers, and he's shown up in form in this series for the Czech Republic. Clinical finish here. Not what South Africa wanted, though, I think it's fair to say. Darth sends it on high, but you bet South Africa are praying for mistakes right now.
Certainly so, and you mentioned the mistake there by Darth, just rolling round, and he just slams on the brakes. I'm not quite sure, maybe it's just fear of going for the ball sometimes, I'm not quite sure, but if he just kept moving forward out of the goal, he might have got the touch and could have potentially saved the 1-0 deficit, and does it luckily enough for him. He saves the 2-0 deficit right there. But still Czech Republic, the ones with all the pressure. And they do have the second goal. Cyrax scores.
What is this Olympic long jump from Cyrax here? He just completely flings himself off his own pass and 50 into pre-flip to get that angle with it. That was an outrageous goal. The discipline and room for error there was just 0.
Hop, skip, and a jump right off of the blue cars, right into the goal, into the net, and then, or excuse me, into the ball and then into the goal. That's how football works. Snowy, looking.
Glad you figured that out.
I'm glad I figured it out. 2-0 for the Czech Republic, and it seems like they're going to hold on to this lead. I don't see a way back for South Africa right now because they've just been held back. I know I'm doing my thing. I'm calling it early.
Just because they've never scored 2 goals in a game doesn't mean
it's beside the point. It's beside the point. They just Czech Republic have been outclassing them, outpacing them. And you see that upfield pass
Now.
towards Lauti. Can he get it? No boost to the tank. Cyrax will take it instead.
I don't know if Lauti knew he was not going to get a touch on this one. Maybe he called it out. He certainly looked like he wanted to score it though, but you see nobody challenging this double touch. Snowy's tried, but the read is way off. And another uncontested shot from Cyrax. And it seems like when you give uncontested shots to Cyrax, Craftsman, it does seem that he seems to score more often than not.
Yeah, maybe don't do that. Maybe don't give Cyrax a run at the ball when he's in open space, because we know how deadly he can be. And he's scored a couple of good goals this series already, but a couple of wide open nets, and he's not one to miss these days.
Oh, this time it's Nauman. Unfortunately, and fortunately for South Africa, that one goes way wide, but the pressure is still on.
There you go,
does come through. They need to run it straight down the middle, but Nauman, he was already back, does a good job here, buys time, tries to play it across to Cyrax, and he does, but that shot going to get put away by CP Zebra. It's nicely, patiently dealt with by Darth. He gets the demo, but I think he wanted the ball. Snowy will try and pick up the pieces, but with such little boost, ends up losing that 50 to Cyrax, and Zebra on the back foot has hit that ball midward, and it's free for Nauman to take a shot and force another double commit. It somehow feels like it's building together for South Africa, but then it all comes tumbling down like a Jenga stack and falls to pieces. It's tumbling down off the crossbar. Cyrax gets the second touch, and it's 4.
The dominoes are starting to fall into place, and the South African team are just crumbling at the feet of the Czech Republic. 4-0, and it looks like it's going to be 3-0 in this series. Another sweep looking to be against South Africa.
Believe.
And to go 0-2 down and 0-6 down in games, it's near enough over at that point for South Africa in the Intel World Open.
It's tough. It's tough.
It's very tough.
Maybe if they had a rematch on the South African service, the Czech Republic would find themselves really struggling. But from what you hear about the South African service, unfortunately they are not the strongest. Even the players themselves say it's quite funny actually. They do have time to work with here, but it is tough. They have to do what they have not done before here in this third game, and they still have an extra series against the likes of Norway, as you've mentioned here. It could be 5. It's patience from Lauti. He's playing with us. He's playing with them. He's got the flip reset, but the shot doesn't come through. But as for this series, you can't help but think to that game 2, when they had the lead and had 2 shots that ended up coming off the crossbar. They got that 2-0 lead. We could easily be looking at a very different series right now.
Very, very good well have been. But that was theoretical. This is reality right now for South Africa. A 4-0 deficit here in game number 3, and they are going to be swept, unfortunately. It's good to see them on this big stage though, Tylacto. We heard CP Zebra a little earlier on in the interview with Banks talking about how fortunate he is to be playing against this kind of competition, because that is how these regions get better. Not just South Africa, but you think of Saudi Arabia as well, and some of the Asian regions as well that we saw over the last couple of days. When they go against better competition, it's going to make these players better and better and better. And when they eventually move up to the world stage in the RLCS, they will be better for it. But this time around, Czech Republic will get the best of South Africa. 5-0 in game 3, and it's going to be a sweep.
Now I'm just wanting to boost his stats here as South Africa. There is maybe a scenario, although I'm not sure with their game difference, where they somehow get out. But let's be real here. They're playing for third and hoping for that, really. Third, of course, in the group gets $6,500. No joke there whatsoever, as Czech Republic will keep themselves alive with a 3-0 sweep here. South Africa tried hard, but it just wasn't quite enough, of course.